Obiamaka Azubike, pictured here with her twin sister Chiamaka, was a good student. She was a pupil at the prestigious Olashore International School, a fee-paying, co-educational boarding school in Osun State, southwest Nigeria. Both Obiamaka and Chiamaka were prefects, trusted with representing the school in a positive way. For all intents and purposes, they were proud of their school. But that all changed in the aftermath of the 1st of May 2004. It was around 8 in the evening. Obiamaka, with a few schoolmates, went to watch a debate taking place at the school hall. The map shows the route. She arrived at this hall for a public speaking event, but soon after, an announcement was made. Senior Secondary 3 students could not attend the debate. The 3 girls left the hall and started making their way to the senior girls' hostel, here, where they planned to study for their approaching exams. Suddenly, terror struck. Obiamaka shared her story with me during a recorded phone call.
You know, like when you feel the hair on your body stand up, like something is about to happen. I just hear Sake in my ear saying, Obiamaka, run. So she jumped across the gutter, and this was like a split second. My quickest getaway is to go right. So in stepping down the pavement, one of the boys stuck his leg out, and I fell. So I fell from the pavement to the asphalt on the road, and I was on the floor. So before I could even move, all the boys pounced on me as I was on the floor there. So they started with their hands on my houseware. Then the way our houseware was, it had like a collar and then a V-neck, and then it was like a dress, like up to your knees. And then I felt my dress going up, and then people like pulling my underwear aside, and then their hands in my vagina, their hands in my bra, and I was screaming, and these idiots were laughing.
Obiamaka was able to run to then Principal Dr. David Burgess's office, found here on the map.
I just kept running till I got into the principal's compound until I got to the door, and I just started banging on the door with my 2 hands. They took me to the clinic, and I remember Noshade wearing her gloves and telling me to take off my underwear and put my legs up, So she looked first at the lips of my vagina, and then, put her hand and then she said, oh, there's vaginal trauma, and she went outside. Mrs. Burgess was on the corridor there, and Dr. Burgess was in the main place, and she spoke to them. They asked Mrs. Badmos, my head of house, to come and get me.
2 days later, on May 3rd, 2004, after speaking to school authorities about the incident, Obiamaka was confronted by a pupil who thought wrongfully that he had been named as one of the suspected attackers.
When I was done writing the statements, my facts hadn't changed. Nothing had changed. I then asked to see the principal. She now goes, oh yeah, you can see him now. So I went in, as if he was outside. I said, sir, have you called my parents? He said they're working on it. They're still working on it. I said, okay. I told Asibi, let's go, and then we left. Only for us to get to the front of Yellow House, and I just saw Timmy Fale running towards me in anger. And he was like, you stupid, why did you mention my name? And before I could get mentioned out, he struck a blow to my eyes. And my friend Asibi is quite small, so she stepped forward to defend me. That's how, if you see the way she was flung into the gutter, and the gutter around that Yellow House side was so deep, she still had scars, oh God. Then that's how he started to kick and punch me. Then all the other boys, some jumped from the balcony, ran out of the hostel, started kicking and punching me.
Obiamaka says she was sexually assaulted by 13 boys. She only named 7, and I've asked her why.
The reason why I didn't name the others is, in secondary school especially, and especially with boys, there are the alphas, and there are the betas. And a lot of time, because of the power dynamics, the alphas are able to influence the Bs to do things that I don't think ordinarily they will do. And that is the only reason why I've not named the other 6, sorry. And One of those 6, in fact, only one of those boys has apologized to me.
Of the 7 boys who are now men Obiamaka has named, none have made a public statement or formal response to her claims. None of those I've reached out to have responded to my attempts to contact them. The current principal of the school, John Toscano, did reply to my request for information in his email dated January 26, 2022, though he denied my request for copies of Obiamaka's statements from 2004 and the school's official position on the matter. He did confirm an independent panel had been set up to investigate the allegations Obiamaka has made.
There's no transparency. No, these are the people that are going to be questioned. You can't do like that. My abuse was public. The cover-up was public. You have to be public about whatever inquiry that you're doing.
It's believed the panel has started its investigation, but it's unclear what powers they have and what process they are using. In the meantime, Obiamaka's online petition to pressure Olashore into addressing the alleged cover-up of her sexual assault has received more than 2,800 signatures.
So I've been very clear to the school on what I want. I want them to do the right thing they should have done the first time. I want a full apology. I want the school to be as loud with their apology as they were with my humiliation. Because they humiliated me. They humiliated the girl that went to call for help, that was with me when it happened. They humiliated our families. They stripped me of prefectship because they trumped up an offense and said, oh, I was walking on the road that I shouldn't have been walking on. And I was like, hold on, which road? Is it the same road I was walking on earlier in the day to take parents around the school that you are telling me is forbidden because you had boys that behaved like complete animals and you were protecting them? And you gave me the same punishment as this individual, so that you even punished me in the first place after undergoing all that abuse is an atrocity. That those boys were not handed over to the police, especially the head boy who was over 18 at the time, is an atrocity. They covered up a crime. So they need to be as loud in their punishment and, put it back on the record that I was a prefect and my sister was a prefect, because they removed, the record of my sister being a prefect because she was like, I didn't like how you people treated my sister, and she made it very clear to Dr. Burgess. They told me, actually, I can't attend my graduation ceremony, but my mother was like, it's a lie, that we're both going to go and we're going to walk out where they called Chiamaka to get her awards, and both of us walked out. So they need to do like a proper ceremony because it's honors that we earned.
At the crux of this story is a now 34-year-old woman fiercely trying to get justice for her 16-year-old self, sister, and friend. A battle she says she will wage to the finish. Adefemi Akinsanya, Arise News.